Hi everyone. I wanted to take a minute to come online and tell you guys about a big scam that's all over Facebook right now, possibly other social media platforms I'm not aware of, and it really targets boomers, especially senior women and now senior men as well. They got me back in September and I thought the product was going to be so wonderful after I ordered it. I shared it with my girlfriend. She ordered it too. It was a company called Grace Handbags, and there's a picture of Grace, and she's an older woman with gray hair, and she is a leather worker, and she's working on these leather bags. And now that I look back at those pictures, it's all AI generated, but they make it look so real, and they make the story really heartbreaking that Grace has to go out of business for one reason or another. Sometimes it's because she's had come upon bad economic times. There's thunder in case you hear that noise. Sometimes it's because she's just tired and ready to retire and spend time with the grandkids. Sometimes it's because in the case of Malibu Boutique that there's been a fire and we have to close the store. And then they show you a bunch of beautiful products and they're outrageously on sale, 75, 85% off. And there'll be big signs on these websites that are really slickly done. And they'll say, you know, buy 2 products and get off another 10%, or buy 3 products and get off another 20%. Well, of course, yours truly fell victim. And I bought this plastic, which looked so gorgeous on the website. It was in a little tiny box, all crunched up when I got it. And I opened it up, and it smelled horrible. It's a real plasticky smell. You can't tell in the picture how cheap it is, but it really is a piece of crap. And Grace was selling them on, she said they were regularly, and it's just a little cheap plastic, I don't even know if it's a real fabric liner. She said they were regularly $225 and she was selling them for $65. Anyway, I got 2 so I could get them on sale. Now I feel like an idiot. My girlfriend got 2, and then I got them and I wrote them back. They had an email address, and I said, got the letter here in front of me on my computer, and I said, your company is a scam and I'm reporting you to the Better Business Journal. And so is my friend who also paid for this garbage product from your fake company. This is like a $10 bag that you would get, I don't know, on Temu or someplace, not a $65 handbag. So I get a letter back with a picture of Grace and some man on here. Let me just see if you can see. It says really heartwarming, heart-touching. It says almost gone, and then the words, let's see, the words say, and it's always something like this. It says, as we near the end, I want to take a moment to share a few of my personal favorites with you. Now, this is on the letter that I get from him promoting more products, so I sent it back and I said, I'm done with you guys. This is a scam. She said, I want to share a few more of my personal favorites with you. These are the bags I've poured my heart into, and I'd love for them to find a home with someone who truly values craftsmanship. This is all crappy stitching made on a machine, probably in China. It says every detail from the stitching to the design has been carefully thought out. Well, what was carefully thought out was how they were going to scam Marla into buying 2 of these handbags for $130. Shipped, it took a while for them to get to me. They came in these little scrunched up tiny plastic bags. I was thinking when I saw it on my doorstep when I got home, what is that? Anyway, I'm going to show you a few of these companies. So if you see them on Facebook, you can tell that all of these fake characters who have these fake companies are AI generated. But I also want to say I got an email back from Grace's Bags saying, oh, I assure you, we're not a fake company and this is not a scam. If you want to return the bags, you can do this. And then it was some ridiculous process to return the bags. You couldn't get the full price back, on and on and on. And then they said, oh, of course, if you change your mind, we'll just give you 20% back as a refund. Well, at that point, I thought, what the heck? You know, I'm never going to get the money back if I send it back. I'll just take the 20% refund. And lo and behold, they refunded my account. So they're not completely a fabricated website or business. It's well orchestrated, it's well thought out, and every time I turn on my Facebook or go on Facebook for the last week, it's like there's a plethora of them online. Y'all, they tug at your heartstrings, and it's so easy to get caught up in it and to order because the product looks beautiful, and then you get it and you realize it's just a lie. One lady commented, "Oh, I saw this dress on Temu the other day." The other thing is that there will be oftentimes on their Facebook pages lots of comments, sometimes yes, sometimes no, and almost all of them are bots. So they're not even real commenters. And I looked up some of the people who commented, and that have like 7 friends, 8 friends. I mean, it was just all fake. So there was Claire's jewelry, there was Paul Richards bags, and they even have someone in a video showing this beautiful Paul Richards bags, and those bags are several $100s. Someone said, "I've been waiting for these bags. I spent $500. I've never got them." At least I didn't spend that much money. So these are fake, cheap products. They're not real people in these websites. And look carefully at the people who are saying their company's closing, because all of the photographs are real slick looking, and they're all AI generated. So just wanted to give you, as a public service announcement, a heads up, and please don't get suckered into this scam like I did. Y'all have a great day. Please like and subscribe to My Third Act. I really appreciate it. Bye for now.